Greetings, wisdom seekers. Welcome to the realm of magical insights, tarot, oracle, and alchemy. 888. Here we explore the mystical dimensions of life, traversing the paths of tarot, oracle, and alchemy. Our journey together is about discovering wisdom, finding guidance, and navigating life's many challenges. These sacred tools serve as our compass, illuminating the path ahead and helping us make sense of the world around us. Today, we delve into a topic that touches us all either directly or indirectly, the realm of trauma. Like a chameleon, trauma takes on many forms and hues. Just as a chameleon adapts its color to its environment, trauma adapts its form based on the experiences one goes through. It's a complex and deeply personal phenomenon that can be categorized broadly into three types: acute, chronic, and complex trauma. Acute trauma, often the result of a single distressing event, is akin to a sharp, sudden jolt to the psyche. Picture a car crash, a violent assault, or a natural disaster. It's an abrupt violation of safety and can leave a person feeling disoriented, fearful, and on high alert. On the other hand, chronic trauma is a prolonged, relentless assault on a person's sense of safety and well-being. It's like a constant dull ache, a persistent shadow that looms over one's life. This could stem from long-term abuse, neglect, or living in a war-torn region. The impact is deep-rooted, often leading to a perpetual state of anxiety, depression, and a pervasive sense of hopelessness. Complex trauma, however, is a bit of an amalgamation. It's the result of repeated exposure to traumatic events, often within the context of a captivity-like situation where escape seems impossible. Imagine a child growing up in an abusive home, a soldier experiencing active combat, or a person in a coercive, controlling relationship. The trauma here is compounded, layered, and intricately woven into the fabric of one's identity. Each of these types of trauma, while distinct, share a common thread. They disrupt our sense of safety, trust, and self-worth. They shake us to our core, altering how we perceive the world and ourselves within it. Yet, it's important to remember that while trauma can change us, it does not have to define us. As we dive deeper into this subject, we will explore the various symptoms that these traumas can manifest, and how recognition and understanding are the first steps towards healing. Each trauma type leaves its unique imprint on the psyche, manifesting in a variety of symptoms. In the echoes of trauma, symptoms surface like ripples in a pond. The aftermath of a traumatic experience often leaves unignorable breadcrumbs. These signs and symptoms serve as a way for our minds and bodies to communicate that something isn't quite right. Let's begin with emotional symptoms. These often manifest as flashbacks where the traumatic event is relived in the mind, often unexpectedly and intensely. This can be triggered by a sight, a sound, a smell, or even a feeling that brings the traumatic event rushing back. Nightmares, too, can be a common occurrence, a nightly reminder of the trauma that can leave one feeling exhausted and on edge during the day. Alongside these, emotional numbness can set in. This is a kind of self-defense mechanism where the person disconnects from their feelings to protect themselves from further emotional pain. It's like wrapping your heart in a protective bubble wrap, but in doing so, you might also be blocking out joy, love, and other positive emotions. Then there are the cognitive symptoms. Difficulty concentrating or remembering things can be a telltale sign of trauma. It's as if the mind is trying so hard to block out the traumatic event that it ends up blocking out other information too. This can lead to a feeling of being in a fog where you're not quite connecting with the world around you. Lastly, we have physical symptoms. Insomnia is a frequent visitor, leaving one tossing and turning in the night, unable to find the peace of sleep. An increased heart rate, a racing pulse, sweating and shaking can all be signs of trauma manifesting in the body. It's as if the body is in a constant state of fight or flight, ready to react to a threat that is no longer there. Recognizing these symptoms is the first step towards understanding and healing from trauma. It's like shining a light into a dark room, revealing what's been hiding in the shadows. And in that light, we can begin to see the path to recovery. The journey may be long and winding, but every step forward is a step towards healing. Deep-rooted trauma, the invisible wound, often goes unnoticed until it festers. It's like a shadow that silently follows us, shaping our perceptions, behaviors, and interactions in ways we may not fully comprehend. This form of trauma frequently emerges from repeated, severe instances of distress, often experienced in childhood. It's not just a single incident, but a series of damaging experiences that etch deep grooves of pain and fear into the psyche. These experiences can range from prolonged neglect to recurring abuse, leaving a lasting imprint on an individual's emotional landscape. Deep-rooted trauma can drastically impact a person's life in profound ways, creating a ripple effect that touches every aspect of their existence. It can alter how they perceive themselves, how they relate to others, and even how they engage with the world around them. One of the telltale signs of deep-rooted trauma is difficulty forming and maintaining relationships. This could manifest as an intense fear of abandonment, causing the individual to push others away preemptively, or a constant need for validation, leading to clingy behaviors. Another symptom is self-destructive behavior. People with deep-rooted trauma may engage in harmful activities as a misguided attempt to cope with their pain. This could include substance abuse, reckless behavior, or even self-harm. Chronic feelings of emptiness, as if one is just going through the motions of life without truly living, is another common symptom. This can lead to a sense of disconnection, a feeling of being detached from oneself and the world, like an outsider looking in. These symptoms are not exhaustive, nor are they exclusive. Deep-rooted trauma is a complex beast, manifesting differently in every individual it touches. It's important to remember that experiencing these symptoms doesn't define you, nor does it seal your fate. Yet, even in the face of deep-rooted trauma, there lies the potential for healing and transformation. The journey may be arduous, the road may be rocky, but with the right support and resources, it's a journey that can lead to profound growth and self-discovery. The journey to healing is a voyage of self-discovery, courage, and resilience. It's a path that winds through valleys of sorrow and mountains of strength, a path that no one should have to walk alone. As we embark on this journey, it's crucial to remember that there's no one-size-fits-all solution. Different strategies resonate with different individuals, and that's okay. However, there are a few common steps that tend to aid in the healing process. Firstly, seeking professional help is often a vital first step. Therapists and counselors trained in the intricacies of the mind can provide a safe space for you to unravel your experiences and begin to understand your trauma. They can equip you with coping mechanisms tailored to your unique situation. Secondly, the practice of mindfulness can serve as a powerful tool. By tuning into the present moment, we can begin to quiet the echoes of the past that reverberate within us. This doesn't mean ignoring our trauma, but rather acknowledging it without judgment, giving us greater control over our emotional responses. Thirdly, establishing a strong support network is paramount. Surrounding yourself with people who understand, who listen, and who offer a shoulder to lean on can make the journey less lonely. Lastly, engaging in self-care activities can replenish our emotional reserves. Whether it's taking a walk in nature, immersing in a good book, or simply enjoying a cup of tea, these moments of calm can provide much-needed respite from the storm. However, amidst all these steps, patience and self-compassion are key. Healing is not a linear process, and it's perfectly normal to have days where you feel like you've taken a step back. In such times, remember to be gentle with yourself. You're doing the best you can, and that's enough. Remember, in the alchemy of healing, every step you take brings you closer to wholeness and peace. It might be a long journey, but trust in your strength and resilience. With each sunrise, you're a step closer to the dawn of a new you. As our journey into the realm of trauma comes to a close, we hope you found some valuable insights. Today, we've taken a deep dive into the many faces of trauma, exploring its various forms, from the more commonly recognized physical and emotional trauma to the less visible but equally impactful forms like psychological and spiritual trauma. We've unveiled the symptoms, shedding light on how these traumas can manifest in our daily lives. From emotional outbursts, feelings of disconnection, to unexpected physical symptoms, we've seen that trauma leaves no aspect of our lives untouched. We delved into the depths of deep-rooted trauma, those wounds that are buried so deep within us that they become a part of who we are. We've seen how they can hold us hostage, influencing our decisions, our relationships, and ultimately, our happiness. But most importantly, we've walked the journey to healing. We've discovered that while the path may be challenging and fraught with obstacles, it is also filled with opportunities for growth and self-discovery. We've learned that healing is not a destination, but a continuous journey of self-love, acceptance, and resilience. Our exploration may have come to an end, but the journey continues. Join us again on Magical Insights, Tarot, Oracle, and Alchemy, 888, as we continue to explore life's mysteries and challenges through the lens of the mystical. Until then, keep seeking, keep healing,